Imagine for a moment a full-scale war between Iran and Israel. Who do you think would come out on top? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? But let's be clear, this is purely hypothetical. We're not advocating for conflict, nor predicting an impending war. Rather, we're here to explore the military capabilities of these two nations, their strategic advantages, and how these elements might play out in a hypothetical conflict. Historically, tensions between Iran and Israel have been high, with a complex web of political, religious, and territorial disputes fueling the fire. From the Iranian Revolution in the late 70s to the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the region has been a hotbed of unrest for decades. It's these historical tensions that make such a hypothetical scenario worth discussing. But what determines the outcome of a war? Is it raw military strength, the number of tanks, aircraft, and naval vessels? Or is it the geographical advantages a country may possess? Perhaps it's the strategic planning and execution of military operations. Well, the answer is, it's a combination of all these factors and more. Military strength is certainly a major factor. It encompasses not just the number of troops or the size of the arsenal, but also the technological advancement of a nation's military hardware. From the sophistication of their aircraft to the range of their missiles, military strength is a multifaceted concept. Territory, too, plays a crucial role. A nation's geographical features can serve as natural fortresses or create logistical nightmares for an invading force. The size of a country, its terrain, and its proximity to allies or enemies can all significantly impact a war's trajectory. Lastly, strategy. This is the art of war, the chess game that commanders play. A well-planned strategy can turn the tide of battle, making optimal use of resources, exploiting enemy weaknesses, and maximizing the impact of each move. With that in mind, let's delve into the military strengths of both nations. Firstly, we turn our attention to Iran, a nation with a robust military force. Iran's military might is a blend of numbers, technology, and strategy. Let's delve into the details. In terms of sheer numbers, Iran has an impressive military personnel count. It boasts of several 100,000 active military personnel, with a similar number of reservists ready to be called upon. This manpower provides Iran with a considerable force to be reckoned with. Now, to weaponry. Iran's arsenal is a mixed bag. On one hand, it comprises legacy equipment inherited from the era of the Shah and the Iran-Iraq War. On the other hand, it includes domestically produced weapons that have been developed in response to international sanctions. This blend of old and new gives Iran a unique edge, as it can field a diverse range of equipment in combat. What's particularly noteworthy about Iran's military is its ballistic missile program. Despite international pressure and sanctions, Iran has developed one of the most diverse missile arsenals in the Middle East. From short-range ballistic missiles to medium-range missiles capable of reaching far beyond its borders, Iran's missile program is a formidable aspect of its military strength. However, Iran's military prowess isn't just about traditional warfare. The nation is also well-versed in unconventional warfare tactics. Its use of proxy forces and influence over non-state actors across the region has allowed it to project power beyond its borders. This strategy not only extends Iran's reach, but also complicates the task of those who might oppose it. In terms of technology, Iran has been investing heavily in its defense sector. It has developed a range of domestic military technologies, from drones to cyber warfare capabilities. These technologies, while not as advanced as those of some other nations, provide Iran with a level of self-reliance and an ability to surprise its adversaries. Iran's military strength is formidable, but how does it match up against Israel's? Now let's shift our gaze to Israel, a small nation with a military might that far exceeds its size. Israel's military strength is a fascinating study of quality over quantity. It's a force built on the principles of high training standards, advanced technology, and a deep-seated philosophy of self-defense. With a total personnel count estimated at over 600,000, including both active and reserve members, it's clear that this small nation is ready to defend its borders at a moment's notice. Israel's technological prowess is something to behold. The country has a reputation for being a global leader in tech innovation, and this extends to its military. Its defense industries have produced some of the world's most advanced military technologies, including unmanned aerial vehicles, precision-guided munitions, and cutting-edge cybersecurity systems. A standout feature of Israel's military strength is the Iron Dome. This missile defense system is designed to intercept and destroy short-range rockets and artillery shells fired from distances of 4 to 70 kilometers away. It's a testament to Israel's technological expertise and commitment to safeguarding its citizens. Another key aspect of Israel's military might is its intelligence capabilities. The country's intelligence community, including the renowned Mossad, is considered one of the best globally. Their operations have thwarted numerous threats over the years, and their intelligence-gathering capabilities play a crucial role in Israel's military strategy. When it comes to weaponry, Israel is well equipped. From advanced fighter jets to state-of-the-art missile systems, Israel's arsenal is formidable. It's a blend of domestically produced equipment and imported technology, primarily from the United States. This combination ensures that Israel's forces are equipped with a diverse range of high-quality, cutting-edge military hardware. Clearly, Israel's military prowess is not to be underestimated. But how do these strengths play out on the battlefield? In the event of a war, the battlefield and the strategies employed could significantly impact the outcome. Let's delve into the potential battlefields and how each country's geography could play out in this hypothetical conflict. Iran, with its massive land area, is about 80 times larger than Israel. Its rugged mountainous terrain could make it a challenging battlefield for any invading force. On the other hand, Israel's smaller size and relatively flat terrain could make it vulnerable to attacks, but it also allows for a more concentrated and coordinated defense. Now, let's explore the potential strategies each country might employ. Iran has a history of using proxy warfare as a strategic tool. This involves supporting allied groups in other countries to carry out attacks on its behalf, thus allowing Iran to extend its reach without directly engaging in combat. In a conflict with Israel, Iran could potentially mobilize these proxy forces to launch attacks from multiple fronts, creating a complex and multifaceted battlefield. Israel, on the other hand, is known for its preemptive strikes. The Israeli Defense Forces are trained to strike first and strike hard, aiming to neutralize threats before they can materialize. In a hypothetical war with Iran, Israel could potentially launch preemptive strikes on key Iranian military installations, disrupting Iran's command structure and crippling its ability to wage war. Another factor to consider is the maritime battlefield. Iran sits on the Strait of Hormuz, a vital shipping lane for global oil supplies. In a conflict, Iran could potentially block or threaten this strait, disrupting global oil supplies and drawing international attention to the conflict. Israel, with its advanced navy, could potentially counter this by securing the strait and protecting global shipping. However, it's important to note that this is all speculation. In reality, war is unpredictable and fraught with uncertainties. The strategies each country might employ would depend on a multitude of factors, many of which are impossible to predict. With all these factors at play, predicting an outcome is no easy task. So, who would win in a war between Iran and Israel? It's a complex question with no straightforward answer. Let's take a moment to recap what we've discussed so far. We've delved into the military strengths of both Iran and Israel, and it's clear that each nation possesses significant firepower. Iran's armed forces are among the largest in the Middle East, boasting a diverse array of conventional arms and ballistic missiles. On the other hand, Israel, despite its smaller size, maintains a highly advanced and efficient military with a proven track record in regional conflicts. Next, we pondered over the potential battlefields. The geographical distance and the strategic locations between these two nations add an extra layer of complexity to this hypothetical conflict. From the vast deserts of Iran to the urban sprawl of Israel, the terrain is as varied as it is challenging. But a war isn't just about who has the bigger guns or the better terrain. It's also about strategy. Iran, with its larger landmass and population, could adopt a war of attrition, using its size as a buffer. Israel, however, would likely leverage its technological superiority and intelligence capabilities to conduct precise strikes, potentially disrupting Iran's command and control structure. As we can see, the outcome of a war between Iran and Israel isn't something that can be determined by a simple comparison of numbers or assets. It would be a chess match of strategies, with each side trying to exploit the other's weaknesses while protecting their own strengths. Moreover, it's essential to remember that war is not a game. It carries real and devastating consequences, not just for the combatants, but for the innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. It's a scenario that everyone should hope to avoid. While it's impossible to predict with certainty, one thing is clear. Both nations possess significant military capabilities that could dramatically shape the outcome of a hypothetical conflict.